Formica was at this stage when I entered, and after 3
so-
years, 2 years, what is
जब
the stage
मैं
right now?
Formica मैंने ज्वाइन किया था तो Formica we had to rebuild Formica. Formica is a very strong brand internationally. It's a very strong entity. पर इंडिया में हमारी परफॉर्मेंस कुछ अच्छी नहीं थी. गुड थिंग वाज माय रेहाउ बैकग्राउंड हेल्प्ड अ लॉट. नई टीम हायर की, प्लांट में छोटे छोटे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स किए ऑन एनवायरनमेंट, हेल्थ, सेफ्टी. तो इसलिए मैं उसको बोलता हूँ Formica 2.0. 2022 तक हमने डबल कर ली थी अपनी सेल्स, नियरली ग्रू बाय 100%. Once you get accustomed to working with MNCs, their culture, you get tuned to a certain pattern of working.
What do you like the most?
Their structured approach in terms of their procedures, in terms of their policies, in terms of their organizational behavior.
What is the trend that you are analyzing कि हाँ इंडिया में ये आ सकता है? Particularly towards the luxury segment if you talk about.
बहुत से हमने ऑलरेडी आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया है.
So in today's episode we have Mr. Ajay Khurana from Formica. He is the MD. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, how is your day going?
Yeah, day is always good. For me, every day is a new day. So I start afresh, list down what I have to do for the day, what are the priorities, just go through it. So every day is a new day for me.
So what is your priority?
So every day the priorities are different, but yes, we have certain targets now, goals for Formica, short term, long term. So that's my style of functioning is, of course, we have annual goals, we have long term goals. They are broken up into quarterly components, monthly components, and based on that, every day we have certain targets in mind. Few things which are to be prioritized in line with our short-term, long-term goals. So that's how the work goes on.
How it's working with MNC firm. I have noticed that earlier also you worked with REHAU, now with Formica. So how it's working with MNC?
See, I have been with MNCs now for fairly long. I started my career with Hero Honda. That time it was Hero Honda, it was not just Hero, joint venture between Hero and Honda. So I did have exposure to the Japanese culture. And then I moved to Shriram Pistons. They also had certain technical collaborations with some Japanese and German companies for their pistons and for their rings. And all the customers that we had, we also had a lot of OEMs who are from India, from overseas. So Hero, I worked with them, early part of the career these were short stints before I stabilized in my career.
What was your technical qualification?
So I am an engineer, and then I did a mechanical engineer, and then I did my MBA marketing. And then MBA, of course, was from distant learning. So I started working when I was 22. And this year I'll be sweet 60. Okay, so I have nearly 38 years of experience, and out of this, 1.5 years with Hero Honda, where I was in the service department.
So how did that shifted from mechanical to into furnishing industry or into an MNC, particularly like REHAU and Formica?
Yes, so first 2 stints with Indian companies, Indian corporate houses, Hero and the Shriram Group, and then I got an opportunity to work with a Japanese company called Ft.Ajay. They're the world leaders in measuring instruments. So that was the first 100% MNC that I started working with. And thereafter I worked with Roland's, which is a Danish company. Thereafter REHAU, which was my longest stint for 20 years nearly.
20 years.
So once you get accustomed to working with MNCs, their culture, their style of working, you get tuned to a certain pattern of working.
What do you like the most?
So In the MNCs, what I like most is their structured approach. Most of these organizations that I worked with, and the large international organizations, and now also a lot of Indian organizations, they are very structured in terms of their procedures, in terms of their policies, in terms of their organizational behavior, in terms of their approach towards customers, both internal and external. So it's all about culture. I would say it starts with culture, and then the business ethics, the compliances, the responsibilities they give you, the independence that they give you. And the best part is when you grow, okay, and most of these MNCs that I worked with, they had license offices in India. Milito had a license office, the others were subsidiaries. Okay, then they give you full independence. Your shareholders or your superiors, they are sitting overseas. Okay. So the relationship develops over a period of time, virtually through your performance, and they encourage a performance-based culture, a performance-oriented culture. So they are sitting far away. All that they come to know about you is through your communication,
through your work,
through your performance.
Yes, correct. The numbers.
The numbers are important, of course, yes, but it's also the actions.
Correct.
And your behavior. How you, and the behavior can be known through your communication style, through how you choose your words, how you speak, how do you write.
Correct.
So how, and because it's not physical, physically it's simpler perhaps, because you can see the way you walk, see the body language, but here the body language, the walking is not visible. It's visible only when you meet them, either in India or overseas. Yeah, so it's all about your communication, the way you communicate. It's all about the numbers, and more importantly, the actions.
So how was your experience at REHAU?
REHAU was a great company. It was my longest stint. A lot of learning, and
there must be, some reason for staying so long. Either the product, either the work you enjoyed the most. क्या होता था?
See, one is of course culture बड़ा strong था. बहुत employee oriented थी organization. अगर REHAU की मैं handbook on work ethics, philosophy, the corporate handbook खोलूं, the first page is about customers. And amongst the customers, the first thing they talk about is internal customers. Okay, so they're very focused on the internal customers, their well-being, their development, their training, their welfare. So I think that's most important as a corporate, as an institution. So REHAU was a great institution to work with. I started as a branch manager, Delhi, you can say, and
so what was your role at that time?
At that point of time when I joined REHAU, REHAU was at a very initial stage in India. REHAU is very diversified into polymers. They have solutions for interiors, for furniture, for automotive, for medical, for construction, for industrial purpose. Okay. So when I joined, the business was more focused on the interiors, the furniture. Furniture industry was still at a very early stage, 23, 24 years ago. And nobody knew our basic solution that we came up with in India, edge band जिसको बोलते हैं. तो वो REHAU ने लॉन्च किया मार्केट में. हमने कस्टमर्स को एजुकेट किया, कारपेंटर्स को एजुकेट किया टू मूव फ्रॉम वुड.
So you personally did जाके?
खुद ही करते थे. When I joined Delhi office, we were just 2 people.
Oh.
तो हम खुद ही करते थे. दो सेल्स के लोग थे, एक असिस्टेंट था हमारा, एक फाइनेंस का लड़का था. So that is how we started from a team of 4, and by the time I left REHAU, of course plant भी था. Plant में भी 10 लोग थे. So I was the 19th employee REHAU में. So by the time I left, we were about 300 crores, 3 plants, multiple warehouses, multiple offices, more than 250 people.
How many years?
Almost 20 years.
20 years.
Yes. It's a long journey. It was a lot of learning, a lot of execution, a lot of strategy, a forward vision. So सीखा भी बहुत और deliver भी काफी किया.
Any lesson you remember कि हाँ भाई ये हमेशा याद रखना in my business कि कभी मैं अपना start करूँ और in the next venture you have any lesson that you remember?
See, हर organization की अपनी अपनी learning होती है based on the people that you work with, based on the products that you work on, and also based on the nationality of the organization, where they come from, the origin of the organization.
They were Germany based, right?
Germans have their own culture, the Japanese have their own culture, and both have very strong work ethics. Both, you see any solutions, any automotives, you look at any products, the Germans and the Japanese, they are the best. फिर मैंने काफ़ी कस्टमर्स के साथ काम किया, डाइवर्स कस्टमर्स, अमेरिकन OEMs के साथ काम किया, यूरोपियंस के साथ काम किया, कोरियंस के साथ काम किया, तो उनके भी वर्क एथिक सीखे.
उनका छोड़ के कंक्लूजन आपके पास आया कि आई हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस कि ये सब तो याद रहना ही चाहिए.
ये तो आपकी ना याद, इसमें याद नहीं करना पड़ता, ये आपके DNA में घुस जाता है.
अच्छा.
तो जब आप बिहेव करते हो किसी एक पर्टिकुलर वे में, सो इट एग्जिबिट्स इन योर बिहेवियर, सो यू डोंट हैव टू रियली लर्न एनीथिंग. बाकी सीखने को बहुत है, जो मैं अपनी टीम्स को भी जब मैं मेंटर करता हूँ, कोच करता हूँ, सो इट्स मोर अबाउट integrity, it's about responsibility, it's about giving freedom to people, it's about making them independent, how they can succeed in life. So it's all about work ethics. बाकी तो नॉलेज प्रोडक्ट की कोई भी दे देता है, कहीं से भी सीख सकते हो, आप बुक से भी पढ़ सकते हो. सो बट इंटीग्रिटी, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, ये आप सीखते हो, फिर आपके DNA में आ जाता है ये सब चीजें.
सही बात है. What do you feel the difference between Formica and REHAU? Now you're leading the Formica organization. तो ये वो आपके लिए भी major shift आया after 20 years, 19 years you left REHAU and entered into Formica. So tell us about that.
So it wasn't a major shift because both are very European. REHAU is Swiss German, that's the pedigree of REHAU, and Formica is international, and now they are owned by a company called Broadview, which is a European company. So cultures are very similar. So that was one of the points, because you work for a company for 20 years, you move, it's not easy for many times, people don't settle in. So मेरे लिए एक वो बहुत important था कि अगर मैं shift करूँगा तो एक similar culture में जाऊँ. Then it's because ये set 20 years के बाद change करना easy नहीं होता. लोग 3, 5, 6, 7 साल में कर लेते हैं, but beyond 10 वो फिर एक behavior pattern में, एक work style में, work culture, एक environment में set हो जाते हैं. So for them then it's not easy to change. Okay. So I also had all these thoughts before I changed, but when I had all these discussions, we had 5 rounds of meetings. So I found they were very similar, culturally, as people. So it was easy for me to make that change. It was easy for me to actually settle in. So settling in period was.
Your family was supportive in this case.
Family is always supportive. Yes,
they are supportive.
When I was young, of course, my father never intervened. He gave me all the freedom. जो करना करो, तो उनसे तो मैं कभी पूछता भी नहीं था.
So how did you end up in engineering? कि आप engineering कैसे कर ली? उनके प्रेशर में था या खुद से इंटरेस्ट था आपका?
नहीं, इंजीनियरिंग उस टाइम, मेरे टाइम पे लोग इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं होते थे. या तो सब इंजीनियर बनते थे, या डॉक्टर बनते थे, या फिर CA बनते थे. तो ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटीज आज की डेट में तो इतने स्ट्रीम्स ओपन हो गई हैं, नए नए प्रोफेशंस आ गए हैं, ये सब टेलीकम्युनिकेशन, मोबिलिटी, IoT, AI, डेटा एनालिसिस, ये सब होता ही नहीं था हमारे
के साथ.
हाँ?
You are keeping update.
हाँ,
AI and उन सब के साथ.
रहना पड़ता है ना, तो you have to be there to keep abreast of innovations that are happening, keep abreast with the younger generation, to gel with them. So ultimately, what we do today is for the next generations.
So true.
Okay, so whatever in the organization, at home, whatever we do, so we're building for the next generations.
True.
So we have to understand what they need, what their wants, what their desires are.
Any specific, information that you would like to share? If Formica was at this stage when I entered, and after 3 years, 2 years, what is the stage right now?
Formica मैंने join किया था, तो Formica, we had to rebuild Formica. Formica is a very strong brand internationally. It's a very strong entity, and it's the major growth engine for Broadview. But India में हमारी performance कुछ अच्छी नहीं थी in the past. It started with the foreign direct investment rules in 1977. Okay, so they had to move out जब जनता government आई थी तो. So a lot of MNCs left. So and when they came in, the market was flooded. सारे जितने top-notch laminate manufacturers.
Which year?
When they came back around 2010. Formica came back around 2010. उस time पे सारे जितने भी हमारे laminate manufacturers हैं top-notch, they were already well established. So Formica couldn't really survive. And 2019 they got acquired by Broadview Holdings Netherlands. Okay. So and Broadview, they decided to stay invested in India. The previous owners, they had decided to move out. So but Broadview decided to stay invested, and that's how I joined in 2021. Okay, so the journey has been very interesting, very challenging, very enriching. Challenges थे, पुराने challenges थे हमारे market confidence नहीं था, brand equity तो बड़ी strong थी, तो काफ़ी changes किए 3 साल में. Market confidence win करना is not easy, so we had to spend some time. I had to get onto the field. Good thing was my REHAU background helped a lot. Market में लोग जानते हैं तो it helped. नई टीम हायर की, प्लांट में छोटे छोटे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स किए ऑन एनवायरनमेंट, हेल्थ, सेफ्टी, ऑन लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पीपल, कंटिन्यूस मोटिवेशन, इंस्पिरेशन टू द पीपल. विजन पूरी चेंज की. अगर हम लोग जैसे हम पास्ट में काम कर रहे थे ऑन कमोडिटी, वही करते रहते, तो it would have been very very difficult for us.
Could you break down थोड़ा और इसको for the vision part?
हाँ, so I'm telling you about it, the vision part. It's important. तो पहले हम लोग pre-COVID खाली commodity कर रहे थे under the previous owner company, and with the new shareholders coming in, we completely changed, and they were very supportive. हमने, because Broadview specializes in premium surface solutions. All our group companies are premium in their own sphere of operations, in the product solutions. तो हमने अपनी जितनी भी companies हैं, like ARPA, Homopal, so we started distributing their products in India. So we thought we will establish ourselves at the top end of the market, because the middle, the bottom was very crowded. As I said, everybody was well established, so we had to be different. So that's how we thought we will leverage on the core strengths of the group, which is premium. और Formica की जो product range है, उसमें से भी हमने जो Formica की international और national product range है, उसमें से भी हमने कहा हम premium पे ही focus करेंगे. So we started here again, like I started in REHAU from a scratch to 2001 में, तो यहाँ भी 20 years later 2021 में we nearly started from a scratch.
डिफिकल्टी लेवल हाई होगा,
तो उसी में मजा है ना. अगर आप एक वीडियो गेम खेल रहे हो और आप सीधा
इजी लेवल
स्टेज 1 से स्टार्ट कर दो तो फटाफट हो जाता है.
सही बात है.
तो डिफिकल्टी जितनी होती है उतना मजा आता है, चैलेंजेस आते हैं, उतनी एक्साइटमेंट होती है, उतना एनरिचिंग एक्सपीरियंस होता है. और फिर मेरा पीछे जो भी मेरा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, राइट फ्रॉम मितुटोयो टू नाउ फॉर्माइका, आई वर्कड विद ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हु वर स्टार्टअप्स इन इंडिया इन देयर ओन फील्ड्स. तो वही किया, तो इट वाज लाइक अनदर स्टार्टअप हियर फॉर्माइका, न्यू बिगिनिंग. सो दैट्स व्हाई हाँ, सो इसलिए मैं उसको बोलता हूँ फॉर्माइका 2.0. तो 2022 तक हमने डबल कर ली थी अपनी सेल्स, नियरली ग्रू बाय 100%. स्मॉल बेस तो लेकिन 100% ग्रोथ की 22 में. तो उस ग्रोथ के बाद फिर 23 में, बिकॉज वी ऑल्सो हैव अ प्लांट, उसको भी चलाना है. हमने पहले प्लांट में एनीथिंग बिलो 1 मिलीमीटर हमने बंद कर दिया था. तो बहुत ज्यादा कमोडिटाइज हो गई है वो मार्केट. तो इट्स ओनली अ प्राइस वॉर आउट देयर. तो हमने कहा हम ये काम नहीं करेंगे, हमें प्राइस वॉर में पड़ना ही नहीं है. तो लास्ट ईयर क्योंकि प्लांट है, यूटिलाइज करना है, वी स्टार्टेड विद एक्सपोर्ट्स. प्रीमियम सेट के सारा मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर बनाया, चैनल बनाया, लाइक माइंडेड पार्टनर्स ढूंढे, टीम बनाई, एंड वी आर कंटिन्यूसली हायरिंग. और लास्ट ईयर वी स्टार्टेड विद आवर एक्सपोर्ट प्रोग्राम. अपनी जितनी भी ग्रुप कंपनीज हैं उनसे बात की, उनसे पूछा कि भाई क्या है जो हम यहाँ बना के आपको बेच सकते हैं. उनसे कनेक्ट किया, तो हम वी आर नाउ एक्सपोर्टिंग टू दी साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंपनीज. फिर हम मिडल ईस्ट में भी हमारी सैम्पलिंग गई हुई है, यूएस को अप्रोच किया. तो धीरे धीरे हम एक्सपोर्ट्स अपना और एक्सपेंड करेंगे.
तो इज योर फोकस मोर एक्सपोर्ट्स है? वो
वही बता रहा हूँ मैं आपको कि सो फर्स्ट स्टेज प्रीमियम, सेकंड स्टेज एक्सपोर्ट्स. अब नाउ कम्स द डोमेस्टिक मार्केट. डोमेस्टिक मार्केट इंडिया की छोटी तो है नहीं, पर ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश्ड प्लेयर्स हैं. तो हमारी कोई बहुत बड़े गोल्स नहीं है डोमेस्टिक मार्केट के लिए. बट एट द मोमेंट वी आर नॉन एग्जिस्टेंट इन द डोमेस्टिक मार्केट. तो कुछ तो कर सकते हैं, कुछ डिफरेंट कर सकते हैं, कुछ नया कर सकते हैं, कुछ जो कर रहे हैं वो थोड़ा सा उसको एनहांस कर सकते हैं. सो उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा काम कर रहे हैं. कैपेसिटी हमारे पास है अभी आज की डेट में काफ़ी, जो हमें यूटिलाइज करनी है. प्लांट को हमने रिवैम्प कर ही लिया था पिछले 2 सालों में. सर्टिफिकेशंस हैं हमारे पास सारे एक्सपोर्ट्स के, डोमेस्टिक पे काम करने के लिए. सो ग्रेजुअली गेटिंग देयर, राइट.
Any particular opportunity that you're looking at in India? एक आपने बताया you are targeting towards the premium aspirational market.
So next 2-3 years will be only surface solutions, premium, exports, domestic market a bit. But that is not all. As I mentioned, what I want to do is for the next generations and next generations within the organization and outside the organization. So I'm not limiting myself to that. REHAU में मैं 2021 में छोड़ा था मैंने REHAU, और I had set a vision for 2025, which they are moving forward. I'm happy to see that. अभी मुझे फॉर्माइका में भी वही करना है, and in Formica I'm setting a vision 2035 कि अगले 10 साल में हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ग्लोबली हम लोग बहुत कुछ करते हैं, इंडिया में हम नहीं कर रहे हैं. तो एक तो ये है कि अडॉप्ट एंड अडेप्ट फ्रॉम योर इंटरनेशनल एक्सपीरियंसेस, क्या कर सकते हैं. दूसरा, व्हाट इज द मार्केट डिमांड, व्हाट विल बी द मार्केट डिमांड इन द नेक्स्ट 10 years इंडिया में, और हम नया क्या कर सकते हैं जो फिर हमारे इंटरनेशनल कंपनीज हैं वो इंडिया से सीख के अपनी कंट्रीज में इम्प्लीमेंट करें. सो इट्स बोथ वेज, learning and sharing.
The level at which you are, you must analyze all the points, data points. So what is the trend that you are analyzing कि हाँ इंडिया में ये आ सकता है? Particularly towards the luxury segment, if you talk about.
बहुत से हमने ऑलरेडी आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया है. सो द मास्टर विजन इज ऑलरेडी इन अ ड्राफ्ट स्टेज. इट्स बीइंग डिस्कस्ड. I cannot reveal much at this moment, but very soon within this year you will see something different from Formica, okay, which the market is already into, which we can get into, which has a demand, and we are planning to launch that. तो इसी साल में हम वो करेंगे और अगले 10 साल में भी हमने हर साल हमने क्या करना है, फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन, बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन कैसे करनी है, क्या गो टू मार्केट स्ट्रैटेजी होगी, क्या रिसोर्सेज होंगी, क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट्स होंगी. वो मास्टर स्ट्रैटेजी, मास्टर विजन एक बन गई है. सो वी विल मूव ऑन टू दैट आल्सो इन स्टेजेस. But this year, yes, we are trying to do something new, which you will hear of in due course within the year.
All the master plan has been, created by you, right?
It's been created by the team. We've had a few workshops. तो मैं ये नहीं कह सकता कि मैंने किया है.
Collective effort.
So it's all teamwork. Individuals are never important. It's the teams, the force, the team force.
It's the we.
That is the most important.
Correct. And what do you think about the competitors? Like they have a pretty large market base also in terms of brand awareness, spend towards consumer. So उसको आप कैसे tackle कर रहे हो?
We have no competition.
Okay.
We only compete with ourselves. We try to do better than what we did yesterday. So our focus is only on that. Okay. So you know what you have done yesterday. What is your goal for today? What is your goal for tomorrow? How you can do things better tomorrow? And that's in terms of your behavior, your ethics, okay, your leadership, your coaching, your mentoring, your products, your innovations. तो हम लोग in terms of products, market demand देखते हैं, market में क्या है, कैसे है. We learn from others. वो कैसे करते हैं उसको, हम उसको कैसे बेटर कर सकते हैं, हम इस पे फोकस करते हैं. हम I don't call them competition. There are compatriots, they are friends. We learn from them.
That's very optimistic.
हर एक से सीखने को मिलता है.
हाँ.
So,
And what do you think about the consumer part? Any by when we can see Formica towards more consumer centric? So, approach for the brand awareness part.
Brand awareness हम लोग कर रहे हैं. Actually हमारे पास ना बहुत काम था. ये 3 साल में हमने बहुत काम किया है. हमने मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर्स पे काम किया है, इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर्स पे काम किया है, हमने अपने स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स पे काम किया है, एनवायरनमेंट हेल्थ सेफ्टी पर काम किया है, लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट पे काम किया है. ओके. सो एंड नाउ वी हैव दिस शोरूम नाउ, जो फर्स्ट शोरूम है. इसको हम अब 1 साल हो गया है, अब हम इसमें भी कुछ नया लाना चाह रहे हैं. अब वो चेंजेस करेंगे. वी आर कम्प्लीटली रिवैम्पिंग आवर वेबसाइट, आवर डिजिटल कैंपेन्स, आवर मीडिया कैंपेन्स. अब उस पे काम करना है थोड़ा सा.
योर कम्युनिकेशन स्ट्रेटजी.
हाँ, वो सब हम कर रहे हैं. कम्युनिकेशन स्ट्रेटजी चेंज कर रहे हैं सारी अपनी. और साथ में फोकस है बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रेनिंग पार्ट पे, कस्टमर ट्रेनिंग, एंड यूज़र ट्रेनिंग, यूज़र ट्रेनिंग.
What do you think about the online channels? Are you selling something online?
Not yet. Not yet. So most of the sales are still B2B, and our focus is on architects mainly. Okay.
Towards the B2B segment.
On the B2B segments, because we are premium. We are. If I exaggerate a bit, we are like Ferrari. Okay. So the numbers will not be high, and the sales will be through understanding of the specifications, on understanding of the end consumer. He will buy our product only when he sees the benefit. He understands what the product is.
Also, the consumer should have that sort of a project also.
Yes. So as I said, we focus only on premium, top end of the pyramid. तो नीचे के लिए हमारे पास और products हैं. And gradually, as I said, stage 1 done, stage 2 done last year, stage 3 will roll on now.
So, consumer part is towards stage 4 or 3?
Consumer part will still take some time, because consumer part, like you see, a lot of companies are advertising very heavily on channels, TV channels, OTT. So that requires a lot of investment. So that will take us some time, I would say. So our major focus will remain B2B. Yes, but on digital, yes, we will be more active than we were before. But जो हमारा overall campaign है, it will be, I would say, this year 90% B2B, maybe 10% consumer centric.
सही है, अच्छी बात है. And any particular lesson that you have in mind for Mica अब तक within 3 years?
No, Formica is a great company. As I said, REHAU was a great company. Formica is culturally very similar. Or the good thing about Formica is decision making is very fast. So if we have something in mind, we take a decision on that. We act fast, we execute fast. We reach the market, the customer very, very fast. So उसमें हमने काफ़ी काम किया है, अपने सर्विस लेवल्स, लॉजिस्टिक्स काफ़ी इम्प्रूव किए हैं. As I said, 3 साल में बहुत काम हुए हैं, पर still way to go.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving this amazing, lessons to the community, how the Formica is working and what it has done till now, what you're doing towards the community to educate themselves and get aware about the production plant you have, the ranges that you are serving. Thank you so much for
I'm happy to have this opportunity of sharing what we are doing as an organization in Formica. So, and I'm happy to share our best practices, our knowledge as an organization, as an individual at any given opportunity.
Any last word you would like to tell the community about the Formica?
I think I've said it all. We are here to stay because this was something that I encountered very often जब मैंने join किया.
Loud and clear.
Formica तो कब तक रहेगी पता नहीं. तो मैं यही बोलता था, मैं यार 20 साल में छोड़ के आया हूँ REHAU के यहाँ पर, तो उसको बंद कराने नहीं, उसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए मैंने join किया है. And I think it's a forward journey, and everybody will see what we will do gradually. And this year is a very, I would say, critical year in terms of the momentum that we will take this year in terms of sales, growth, business from the existing products that we have nurtured in the last 3 years. Also, a new leap for the future we will take this year.
So it is very loud and clear. Formica is still here.
Yes,
it will
here
be
and
going.
for the long term.
It was great having you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.